You can see it's a great day at Global Medic. Got about 15 volunteers out behind me, and they're out in force. They're literally a force for good. And what they're doing is they're packing emergency food kits that we're going to load up at aircraft height. You can see the buckets are only being stacked 3 high and then being wrapped. We're going to get them over to the airport at Pearson. Planes are going to land them in Jamaica in Montego Bay, and our teams are going to grab them and then get them out to families in need. Now look, it's interesting because we're using buckets, and the reason we're using buckets is we're filling those buckets with about 16 pounds of food. Rice and kidney beans and chickpeas and green peas. This is food that we know Jamaican families love to eat, right? And we're sealing them in a bucket for a couple of reasons. One's to protect the food, especially on that travel, especially on some of those difficult roads in the remote parishes that we're going to. But we're also using the buckets so that mom is able to go and collect and harvest rainwater or collect kind of the water from the pipes, that dirty water that's coming out now, and then she can collect that water and pour it into the family emergency kit's water purification system. So it's a bit of complementary aid because we've already been providing over 7,000 families with a point of use water purification unit, and we want to help the same number of families with emergency food kit, and that's why we're using the bucket. Now look, in Jamaica, we got to know some facts here. Hurricane Melissa was the worst storm to ever hit it in that island nation's history. It's Category 5. It was worse than Hurricane Gilbert in 1988, and Gilbert was a whopper, right? So Melissa caused a lot of damage, but it also destroyed some hotels, and it's impacted the industry. Tourism's down now, and a lot of these hotels have had to close down to make repairs until they can open again to start bringing tourists in. Now what that means is a lot of people have lost their jobs. So if they were lucky enough to survive the storm, well, now they're out of work and they really need access to clean drinking water, and they're gonna need food. So at Global Medic, what we're doing is we're providing these emergency food kits. I'm so grateful to the volunteers for being out. Because they're out, they actually lower our costs, which means that, you know, we can send more aid in. Now look, people in Jamaica need our help. You can see we're doing our part to help. We've all got to rally together and deliver that aid.